So here today, I'm in Frankfurt to visit one of my friends, Sean. Since he's been eating very poorly and since he's been living by himself for a long time, I decided to cook something nice for him. And today, we're cooking Dubu-jorim, which is stir-fried tofu, with a lot of high protein and a lot of rich flavor, but it's also very light in the texture. So a lot of people say tofu and then reaction is automatically yikes, but this one, definitely, as for a meat lover, who is for myself, it's very different because the texture you get from stir-fried tofu is completely different from raw tofu. So don't get scared, and let's jump into it already. So as usual, we're going to start with the ingredients. It's a vegan dish, not going to put any meat into it. Very simple. We need 1 onion. We're going to put some taste into it. We put entire whole head of garlic and spring onion, red pepper flakes, soy sauce, and sugar. And because we are cooking tofu, obviously you need 1 tofu. This is about 400 grams. So when you're cutting ingredients, you start with something that doesn't have any smell on it, just to have it pure without getting mixed into it. So we have tofu here. So what you want to do is that you want to cut it in half, another half, and then you slice them. It doesn't have to be so thin, because what happens is when you stir fry them, if it's too thin and small, it tends to break a lot. So what you want to do is that you cut it in quite chunks. And then the next, you've got spring onions. I usually cut it very long, but this goes into the sauce, so you want to cut it very just small and straight cuts. And usually the root part has the most taste into it, so we use it in the sauce. And the top, it's very nice looking, nice color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use it as a garnish. And then the next, onions, also very thin. Then for the garlic, crush them. When it's all crushed, it's very easy to chop it fine. And if you don't like garlic that much, you don't have to put the whole head. I would say about 3 to 4 cloves for the entire tofu. I would say this is good enough. So you're going to make the delicious sauce. We already have half tablespoon of sugar. And then we'll add 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes and 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then this is about 2.5 tablespoons of garlic, I'll say, that are minced already. And for the onions, we will use about this much for now, and the rest we will use as a garnish as well. So it's ready. So I heated up the pan with a bit of oil in it, and then I'm using only low heat. We're not cooking steak, you don't have to hear anything. Bring the heat up a bit so you can hear the sizzle. It's important that you use really nice pan, they're not sticking, otherwise you'll burn point to point. When you hear the sizzle, bring the heat down to around medium. It's very fragile, so be careful when you turn them. If you use really high heat, what happens is that it will sear the outside of tofu, and you will end up with the result that is very stiff, and you won't have the feel of the tofu that is really nice and soft. There are usually a lot of variations, different recipes. Some people literally fry them and then swipe the pan off and then cook with the sauce, but it's really like marinating in the pan. But what we're gonna do is one of the easiest recipe and one of the cleanest recipe that gives a very light taste. So right at this point, I've been cooking for about a minute or 2. You see it's yellow. Now here we have the lovely sauce again. And then what we're gonna do, we pour a bit tap of water, about half a tablespoon, so you can actually just cover the whole area, the surface. Now we put the sauce on. Bring the heat to very, very low. I'm using induction, and I would say 1 is just enough to keep the heat on. Bring the heat up again, mid heat, the water. So in total we use about 3 tablespoons of water. And then you just wait till it reduces. So we will leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes and see how much water gets evaporated. So here we have ultimate vegan dish, very simple, always goes nice with soju or beer. So try with some alcohol beverage, invite your guests, and they say they're vegan, that you have this ultimate weapon with you. Enjoy!